The F1 will return to Melbourne for the first time since 2020's cancelled Australian Grand Prix, to find an Albert Park circuit that has gone through numerous modifications over recent months. This is on the F1 calendar for a long time. In 1956, Stirling Moss won the first Grand Prix at Albert Park, in a non-championship race run to coincide with the Olympic Games held in Australia that year. When Victoria won the rights to stage the Grand Prix for 1996, a new circuit was designed utilizing portions of the original track, bringing it up to modern F1 specifications. Initially, drivers and team personnel who saw the plans for the renewed circuit, predicted it to be a fast circuit with great corners, but the reality turned out to be somewhat less. However, it still stands as one of the better tracks on the calendar, and the atmosphere of the venue is renowned to be matched only by Monaco's. Like Montreal and Monaco, Albert Park is used only one weekend a year. Therefore, there is a significantly low level of grip in the tarmac. The weekend starts with the track being very green, meaning there is lack of rubber on the surface. This is true of all tracks, but more so of the temporary circuits. There is also a problem with dust and debris offline, making the track very difficult if the car should slide. It further makes overtaking very difficult, even though there are some good spots to make an attempt. Here's an overview of the circuit. The Melbourne Grand Prix circuit is 5.3 kilometers or 3.2 miles in length. The drivers are scheduled to complete 58 laps of the 16-corner track for a race distance of 307.5 kilometers or 191 miles including the pit lane entry. They'll tackle 928 turns. It has held 19 World Championship Grand Prix, the first of which was in 1996. The lap record around Albert Park is 1 minute, 24.125 seconds, set by Michael Schumacher in 2004. You can drive on this track. The Albert Park circuit is semi-permanent, which means it's not a full-time racing venue. For most of the year, the roads that make up the bulk of the racetrack are open to the public and anyone can drive on the road. Google Street View has been around the park, and it has some very interesting views of places like the pit straight, the middle of turn 4, the exit of turn 10 and the pit lane entry. Legends in the stands. The circuit features a curious variation on corner names. Instead of just giving each turn a famous driver's moniker, the organizers award names to the grandstands. A host of greats are immortalized at various locations around the track, like the stand fans watching on the start-finish line will head to find Joe, while turn 1 is surrounded by Moss, Brabham, and Jones. The overtaking spot at turn 3 is overlooked by BK. Clark watches over the slightly less prolific braking zone at turn 10. Later in the lap, fans at the penultimate corner sit in the Schumacher grandstand, and the final turn has Senna and Prost. As the cars exit and head towards the line, they pass the final stand, Webber. As the drivers navigate the Melbourne Grand Prix circuit, they're rarely more than a stone's throw from water, but from where they sit in the cockpit, they'd never know it. It's an awesome place to hold a race. The views, the way people can meet the drivers is awesome. In this year there are some changes in the circuit. So these are the 5 big track changes made for the 2022 Australian GP. 4 corner apexes are moved. In an attempt to offer more overtaking opportunities, a number of Albert Park's corners have been widened. The apex of turn 1 has been moved 2.5 meters to the right, widening the entry point to the corner at the end of what will remain a DRS zone for 2022. The organizers are hoping that widening turn 1 will help cars follow closely through turn 2 and into turn 3, which has also been widened by 4 meters. Turn 6 has been widened by a massive 7 meters, transforming the corner from a narrow mid-speed entry into a fast-paced sweeper. So has turn 13, previous turn 15, with a section increased in width by 3.5 meters. 2 slow corners bypassed entirely. Perhaps the biggest change of all ahead of the 2022 event will be the increase in speed around the Albert Park circuit. The organizers are anticipating a new top speed of 330 km per hour, thanks to the removal of the tight chicane that was turns 9 and 10. The low-speed, right-left chicane is now gone, bypassed entirely to extend the track's back straight considerably. That straight will now become a new DRS zone, it is hoped, although that depends entirely on FI approval. New overtaking spot with wide entry. The final layout tweak comes at the new turn 11 once turn 13, where the corner has been tightened dramatically to offer overtaking opportunities into the braking zone. The apex of the corner is now tighter than previously, and the track's surface has also been cambered in a way that should help cars run side by side. But, crucially, the approach to the corner has also been widened by 3 meters, allowing attacking cars more room to get alongside their rivals. track has been resurfaced, 3 new punishing curbs. For the first time since 1995, the entire Albert Park circuit has undergone fresh resurfacing, helping to lower the lap time by around 5 seconds per lap. There will also be new curb profiling at 3 corners, turns 3, 11 and 13. The curbs will seek to penalize those who overuse them, say the event organizers. Pit lane widened to increase strategy options. The final tweak to the Albert Park circuit could have a huge impact on Sunday's race, especially in terms of race strategy. Melbourne's narrow pit lane has been significantly widened, allowing the speed limit to be lifted by 20 km per hour. As a result, pitting for new tires at Albert Park will be far less punishing than before, allowing teams the option to push their drivers towards a 2-stop or perhaps even a 3-stop race. Hopefully we will find this circuit is suitable for the new-gen cars. We want more and more exciting races like Jeddah, Leclerc vs Max fight, in this circuit. What do you think? If you have liked this video, then please share this with your friends. And don't forget to like and subscribe, F1 Fame for more contents like this.